Hi everyone, it's promised Sodera Onu. Today I want to speak to the ongoing tax reform discussions, the not pushing back, the explanations that the Tinubu-led government is giving regarding these new reforms on our fiscal tax, federal tax, state tax. Their plans to sort of streamline the 36 or the 38 different taxing agencies and have one central federal tax. I enjoyed listening to the very intelligent Mr. Taiwo Oyedele, and also listened to Mr. Mathew as well, that was speaking to Sharon, all on Channels TV. And these guys try to break things down. It is very, very important. Now, during Buhari's tenure, one of the things that Buhari did that I really, really like is the amalgamation of all the federal accounts of Nigeria into just one federal revenue account. So the federal government now use just one account, and that helped to sort of curb corruption. Now, what we are now looking at is this new tax reform, which I 100% wholeheartedly support, to streamline all the taxing agencies and put it into one Nigerian taxing agency, so that we will know what revenue we are generating, through tax. And that is very, very, very important. It will help to curb a lot of corruption. It will help to even things out. It will help to, make states to sit up. And it will create a balance, for people to sort of stay anywhere they want to stay in Nigeria, work hard and earn their money. I don't see any reason why the North is pushing back on this, or why they think it is skewed. It's actually 4 bills, according to what they've explained. And in one of the bills, they tackled the fact that instead of headquarters paying the main or filing their main tax in the states, like Lagos, because everybody is in Lagos, or River State where the oil companies are, although oil companies are exempt from paying VAT, for example, which is a different bill, it will be where the states will be giving their derivatives based on what is consumed in their state, which makes sense. It will help other states to even out and get more money, instead of companies paying all the tax that they generate from the whole Nigeria to one state. It makes sense. For example, Innocent is in Anambra State, but anybody in Nigeria could buy cars from Innocent, right? So you don't want Innocent to just be paying tax to just Anambra State. That's, for example, Dangote is in Lagos. You don't want Dangote to be paying just to Lagos State, because that's why you will see some states are earning 20 times what some states are earning, So we need to look at that. And that is why, if you look at the whole of Nigeria, it's only one state, Lagos State, that can, within their own capacity, because of the amount of revenue they are generating, both from FAC, both from internal generated revenue, and all the other borrowings that they borrow, they manage to, fund things like their own state-owned railway. To the point that I have 3 lines. They have the red line, the blue line, and they are now trying to, have the yellow line. Wouldn't you like to go to Abuja and see railway, like within the state? Wouldn't you like to go to Anambra or to go to Enugu to see rail line? So we need to even things out. We need to tell companies, regardless of where you are headquartered at, you need to pay your derivative tax based on where your distribution are or your distributors are. And in the north, they can also quicken up to bring or find a way to attract more investors, and also they consume anyway, because it has to do with numbers as well. It has to do with population. Everybody eats in Nigeria. Everybody wears clothes. So your population, you have a lot of population in Lagos, Kano, Katsina, Rivers. Before, in fact, I think the Southeast are going to be most disadvantaged in this. But how be it, it is more important that we get this tax streamlined. Instead of having, because I was listening to the man, Mr. Taiwo Oyedele, he was explaining, and also listening to Matthew, they explained that they first of all want to reduce the income tax for companies. I don't see any reason any right-thinking human being will look at this bill and say he doesn't want to sign it, or he doesn't want to pass it in the Senate. And thankfully, they tried to make the president to withdraw it. Tinubu said no, he's not going to withdraw it, right? And when they talk about the North, who is the North? Is it the people that are struggling on the streets and are not able to feed that is the North, or the elites that are benefiting from the largest, yet the poorest zone in the whole of Nigeria. Look at the stories coming up now. After they started claiming that it's against them, the next thing we are hearing that a new terrorist group has emerged, Lukarawa from Mali, right? That means the North alone is not only giving us Boko Haram, Lukarawa, Fulani headsmen, what do you call it, ISWAP. Nigeria is finished. Our borders are porous. You were having issues or disagreements with Niger, and we have the longest border with them. We need to start considering options of the Trump solution to Mexico and start building walls between Nigeria and Niger. We need to start thinking about that. Because at the end of the day, if we have such a free, in fact, the man that was explaining it, he said that some places in our borders, you have triangles whereby one part of the community is in Mali, one part of the community is in Niger, one part of the community is in Nigeria. What sort of border is that? You know, it's not like we have a very nice relation with these people. We're already having loggerheads. You know, Mali is a military rule, Burkina Faso military rule, and all of that. So at the end of the day, there's a lot of security issues popping up in the north. Now, what we need to do is to find a formula or a way, like I support this bill. This bill will help to even things out. Let these governors sit up. A lot of governors are just relying on the oil money from the south. Let them sit up. Yes, the derivative will be coming to them. There is also the percentage that goes to the equity and some percentage that goes to the federal. I think about 15%. All these things need to be done. But at the same time, let states get what actually is consumed in their state so that people can easily leave Lagos. Lagos is over congested. Lagos is over congested. It seems that that's where all the bulk of the money is. So when we spread this money, instead of Lagos getting over $1 trillion and places like Anambra, places like Abia and Ebonyi getting like, look at the IGR. If you look at the money, it's like the money generated is like, you know, southeast and I think northeast or something or northwest. They are earning very minimal, you know, over the years. So we have to, you know, stop all this uneven sharing formula. And some states are able to do some things, and some states that even really want to work, you know, don't have the resource, don't have the capital. Yet their people are also using those commodities that are bringing this VAT. So I support this bill, and every right-thinking person should support this bill. It will be one of the legacy projects that if Tinubu can do, just like Buhari was able to, you know, streamline the federation account into one, if Tinubu can streamline the taxing, you know, the taxing agencies into one, then it will make sense. And Mr. Taiwo said something that's quite important. He said our taxing system are still using what the colonial masters left, stamp duty since 1939. Now, why not we, you know, reform our taxing system so that we can be like other countries? He mentioned Ghana, he mentioned even UK, and you know, yeah, HMRC takes all the tax. Do you understand? HMRC takes all the tax. So everybody know where to go when it comes to tax. So why do we have custom duty taking this part, another agency taking for oil, or be upstream people? You know, let's streamline it. Let's one agency be collecting it, and let there be transparency. Government will know what they are actually getting in terms of revenue, and states will receive what is due them based on the formula. Just like because all your money is finishing, if this is not finished. But yet we still are blessed. Nigeria is over blessed. We still have gold, we still have gas. So Nigeria is not disadvantaged in terms of natural resources. But what we still have now is a situation whereby over the years we've relied so much on oil money, people have become lazy. You know, there is no manufacturing, there's no productivity, so everybody is now being stressed because stupid governments and regimes that have come have borrowed money and wasted it and put it in their pocket. So now we're having to service loans that we've, you know, that actually people have stolen, and there's no consequences. EFCC is not doing anything, we're not recovering any money. So that said, I think this bill must be supported. I totally support it. And guess what? They said that every commodity that Nigerians use every day will be tax exempt. So things like school uniform, food, sugar, all these things that we need, all those things will be tax exempt. That means you will pay no tax on things like transportation. Do you understand? The tax will go more to the rich people, which is what we've been preaching. Do you understand? This is what we've been preaching. So everybody should welcome this bill. But then they said they will reduce the income tax for companies. So I don't know why any sensible person, you see, all these things they will say not. This is what we are talking about, trust. Nigeria don't have trust. We have unity problem. So we need to tell ourselves the truth. We are not one Nigeria. There's nothing like one about Nigeria. Let's understand that we are different people and then respect our differences, our bias and our nuances, so that when people come, we will look for an agreeable way to find a solution. We'll look for our, what is suited to people. There is no one fits all, solution to Nigeria. We must understand our differences, put our differences on the table while we are taking any decision. And I think this is one of those things that if we can get right, at least will help Nigeria. So that states can be able to have, not just Lagos State will have railway, Enugu will have railway, Anambra will have railway, Bayelsa will have railway, Cross River will have railway, Katsina will have railway, Zamfara will have railway, Jigawa will have railway, Ogun State will have railway, Ondo State will have railway. Do you understand? The taxing company is supposed to be streamlined. Everybody should be paying tax and it's supposed to be clear. And the people that are even going to be disadvantaged in this are probably Lagos, probably Rivers State, but they said even oil is VAT exempt anyway. So at the end of the day, if Lagos is on board with this, I don't see any reason why the northern governors that don't even allow ordinary beer or maniki or that are stifling businesses are even complaining in the first place. When they are telling you whatever, and you have the population, the north have more population than the south, is. So because you have more population, automatically you are using more stuff. You are using more everyday activities. So your people are going to benefit more. The problem is that the northerners need to understand one thing. When these people are shouting north, they are not talking about the poor people. They are talking about the elites from the north, those that want the money that will be coming so that you're going straight to their pocket. Those are the ones they refer to as north. And we are not going to keep suffering in Nigeria because of this north. People that will pack money in warehouses when people are struggling and dying on the streets, begging, using religion to control them like ping pong. No, the northerners need to understand that this tax reform is going to help them. Is going to make sure that the poor are not being taxed unnecessarily. They are saying that they are going to amalgamate all the unnecessary tax. Even if you have a company in Nigeria, you will see the different taxes that come every month or every day to remove money to ask you for this and that. They are going to streamline everything into one. It will be very simple. They are amalgamating all the different taxes into one. Instead of you paying this one, paying that one, paying that, they will put everything, all the tax agencies, into one company that are charging you. If you are paying tax, you know what you are paying. It should be very simple and transparent. So I commend President Tinubu for insisting on this. I commend Mr. Taiwo Oyedele. I commend Mr. Mathew, I can't pronounce his surname. Let us see this bill through. All these people shouting not, let them go and sit down. Look at the north. It is because of no education, poverty that you have all these multiple terrorist country, organization, propping up in the north. And who are they killing? Is it Nnamdi Kanu that is the cause of all these what's in the name of this new one now that just popped out from Mali? Is it Nnamdi Kanu that has been in detention that is the cause of all these Fulani herdsmen? Do you call all the police and military sent to Southeast, checkpoints every 2 minutes, Why not call back all those police from Southeast, send them to the north? You will allow easy passage of terrorists up and down. Yet the Southeast that is relatively productive, that they don't have any. I mean, they call IPOB terrorists. We know the IPOB is not a terrorist country organization, but the ones that are popping up, there's nobody to checkmate them. We need to trust each other in this country. Let's understand our differences. Let's accept our differences. And let's find out solutions that will work for everybody. And I commend this tax. And all these northern people, northern following this, northern this one, all of you should sit up and see the reason that this tax is even on your own side more than it's against you. If anything, it is Lagos that is going to be affected, that their money are going to be shortened because most companies, all the banks, the headquarters are in Lagos. Most all the, including Dangote, all these things are in Lagos. So that money will leave Lagos and be spread amongst the states in Nigeria. And I think it's a very, very commendable step. And thank Lagos State Governor for also accepting to allow this to happen. Thank you.